Hey guys, it's me, Dax Moy, back with just another short video about the Unstoppable coaching program. I've gotten a lot of comments in the Unstoppable pages, as well as a lot of private emails on Facebook or to my groups and so on and so forth, just asking for a bit more information about the program, what it's all about, and ultimately how it's different from, let's say, the other coaching programs out there, or my Magic 100. I've had people asking me, how is this going to be different from any other body transformation program that's currently on the market? And that there in itself is a really, really easy one for me to answer. First off, let me tell you, this is not a body transformation program. Effectively, it's a mind transformation program, which, if all goes to plan, which I'm fairly certain it will do, it will make your ability to stick to your training programs and stick to your diets and everything else so much easier. You'll get bigger results in all those areas, but you're not, when you sign up for Unstoppable, or if you sign up for Unstoppable, you're not going to be getting an exercise plan, and you're not going to be getting a nutrition plan and all of that kind of stuff. That's not what the program is about. So yes, it's about reinventing yourself, but it's about reinventing yourself from the inside out rather than from the outside in the way that most people do it. Okay, so what we're going to be covering during the Unstoppable program is going to be identifying the things that are currently making you stop. Okay, hence Unstoppable. So what things are going on in your life at the moment that are making you stop? What are the things that are preventing you from putting one foot in front of the other and finishing the tasks that you set for yourself in life? See, one of my biggest bugbears as a goal achievement author, as a coach, is that every program that I've really come across to do with goals tells you to write your lists and to pursue them with all vigor and to keep going, and pretty much that's it, right? If you look at them at their core, every program tells you that you should have a list and that you should carry that list with you at all times, and that you should keep pursuing the stuff that's on that list until you've completed it. Okay, and you know what? It works. If you do that, if you carry your list around with you at all times, if you look at what's on the list and you just every single day you say, okay, have I done what's on the list? No. Okay, let me get up and take some effort and take some action on it. Then I promise you, you definitely will eventually get to where you set out. The things on that list will eventually be ticked off, and you'll have accomplished them. I know this. The Magic 100 kind of breaks all the rules, right? Unlike many of the other goal achievement authors that tell you to have one goal and pursue it with all vigor until it's completed, I tell you to set up 100 of the bloody things. Okay, you're pursuing 100 goals in lots and lots of areas of your life, and I think this is one of the things that that leads to people making so much change and being able to get so much done. And it's fantastic. I'm completely biased here, but the Magic 100 is something that completely changed my life and has completely changed the lives of thousands upon thousands of people that have been through it. Okay, but I would be less than honest if I didn't say that whilst it changed the life of thousands of people, it's also kind of had lots and lots of people go through the program who I know wrote their lists. They did exactly as they were told to do at the start, and for some reason or other, they found themselves stopping. Okay, no major things for most people. Every now and then something really big happens, like a family member dies, or a family emergency, or they lose their home for some reason, or they lose their job, and at that point, it may seem to those people that the last thing I need to be focusing on is a whole bunch of lists that are in my back pocket. Okay, and now I'm not making light of I'm not judging anybody's reasons for stopping. For some people, a family member dying or losing a job might be completely justifiable. So I'm not judging that at all. What I mean though is, for some people, things get in the way. Other people, things don't really get in the way. Okay, life in general gets in the way. They tend to go back to their old habits. They tend to forget that they're on a diet. Kind of that's a closed quote. Forget, right? They forget that they're on a diet. They forget about going to the gym, or ultimately they get a better offer. And if you get a better offer too often, or if you forget too often, then all these plans, all these great lists that you carry around in your pocket just end up not getting done. Okay, so these are some of the reasons why people stop, because ultimately they just forget to keep going. Stuff kind of gets in the way. Other people, on the other hand, they tend to stop because, well, they stop because of lots of different reasons, but the main reason that they stop is that they fail to believe in what they're chasing. Okay, and why would you fail to believe? Why would you stop believing in the thing that you're chasing? Well, there's a couple of reasons here. Okay, first off, you actually just may, you may have set goals that you truly, in your heart of hearts, don't believe you're capable of accomplishing. So they're on your list, but I can't earn £1 million or $1 million this year. Why? Yeah, I'm going to carry that around on my list, but I don't really believe in it. And you see, the trouble is, if you don't really believe that you're going to accomplish it, you're probably not going to take the actions in order to make that accomplishment possible. Okay, so you kind of stop. You're either not taking the actions, or you start taking them, but you take them half-assed, half-hearted, and you pretty much stop doing the things that you're supposed to do in order to actually accomplish the goal. Okay, so that's one of the big reasons why you may stop. Another big reason, though, may be that you actually didn't really want the thing in the first place. And I know, certainly, for all its good points, the Magic 100 can sometimes have this as a downside. People kind of run out of goals at about 50. Okay, so they go, oh, I don't really know what else I want. And what they do is they start writing down random, willy-nilly, haphazard goals onto their list, and they say, oh, let's throw a bit of this in there and a bit of that. So what you end up with is a goals list of a Magic 100 that's half meaningful. 50 are the goals you really want to achieve, and 50 you can give a damn about whether you achieved or not. But hey, at least I've completed my list of 100 things, right? And so if you don't really care about accomplishing them, then of course you're going to stop. Okay, and this is exactly what a lot of people do. So they either forget, or they get distracted, or the goals aren't meaningful enough for them, and eventually they stop. Okay, and if you stop, of course, if you don't continue to put one foot in front of the other until you finally get there, then of course you're not ever going to get there. If you stop on your journey, you're never ever going to get to the place that you've set out to get to. So this was what was going through my mind when the idea of creating the Unstoppable program first came into my head. Okay, it was this idea that, do you know what, writing lists is great, and if you're already one of those people that is extremely responsive to goal achievement, is extremely responsive to lists, and extremely responsive to general motivation, then you know what, that kind of goal achievement might be perfect for you. And I know lots and lots of people who merely have to write something down on a list, and they'll look at that daily, and they'll get on with things. And every now and then they'll look down and go, hey, wow, my list is half complete, and good for them, good for those people. And it's a shame more of us can't, I guess, have that ease of connection to our goals. But you see, most of us don't, for the very, very simple reason that we aren't really connected to goals. Okay, most people aren't as connected to goals as we could be, and arguably some people may say should be. Now, what this means is, if you're not connected, you're not going to get up every day, you're not going to pay the price, and whether that price is financial, whether that price is time, whether that price is effort, we're not going to pay the price to actually get to the destination. And as soon as you stop paying the price, you stop dead in your tracks. So all of this kind of stuff came into my head when I was thinking about the program, and it got me thinking about how I get my own clients to accomplish so much in their lives. And I realized very few of my clients are, they may start out working with me with a goal in mind. When they call me up, or they come to work with me at my personal training studios, or they come to me for business coaching or life coaching or whatever reason, and they say, Dax, I've got a goal. Okay, but those people that are successful rarely stop at the goal level. We take goals through to the next level, where we actually understand a person's vision. What lies beneath the goal? What is underneath that goal? What is the goal all about? Where is the goal supposed to take you to? What is the goal supposed to represent in the bigger picture of your life? But we don't stop at vision either. We actually dig all the way down to purpose. Okay, and not just the base purpose of the goal, but I'm talking about purpose as in your big purpose in life. Those big existential questions like, why am I here and what was I put here to do? See, very few people have any clarity when it comes to answering those questions, even though it's not that difficult to get there. Most people can find the answers to those questions, and when they do, their lives change dramatically. But most people have never actually done the groundwork to actually open themselves up to those really powerful answers, the ones that can and will definitely change their lives. See, once you have identified your big purpose, once you know what you're here to do, once you know what you want your life to represent, what your message to the world is going to be, what your big legacy that you're going to leave behind at the end of days, once you're clear on that, life changes for you dramatically. And unlike most people who have problems getting started, you'll soon find that it's much harder for you to stop. Okay, and I'll use myself as an example of this. I'm one of those very, very fortunate people that, you know, I sat down and I did the work to uncover what my purpose is in life. I actually identified it. You know, I'm very, very clear on who I am, what I'm about, what my big message is, and everything else. And as soon as I found that, I actually found a fuel source, a power source within me that makes it almost impossible for me to stop now. Some people would call me a workaholic, but workaholics are those people that continue to do stuff even though it harms them. I'm not harming myself with my work. In fact, the more I work, and in a very positive way. Remember, if you've been following me for any length of time, you'll see that most of what I put out there are service oriented things. You know, they're things that actually help make people's lives better. So I'm really, really in a great place, because every single day of the week I wake up and I say to myself, well, what do I need to do to actually make someone's passage through life better? You know, and I get up and I'm driven and I'm motivated and I'm impassioned and I'm empowered to actually take some action, no matter how small, to do that. Okay, and I've got passions and I've got visions and I've even got goals, but it all starts at the root level of being very, very clear about who Dax Moy is as a person, about who Dax Moy wants to represent himself as being to the world, and about what Dax Moy is going to leave behind at the end of days, when it comes my time to leave this mortal coil and move on to whatever we move on to. I have a very, very clear idea about what's going to be left behind. Okay, so, you know, this is all kind of deep stuff, and a lot of people are really scared of doing deep stuff, the deep exploratory work about identifying their true purpose in life. And yet it's the identification of that that's going to make your life unstoppable. It's the identification of that that's going to make every single day a day where you get up and you accomplish things, not because you've got some tick sheet, you know, kind of mindlessly pulling you forward, but because you have an internal power source that makes it practically impossible to stop. Okay, so the year-long Unstoppable coaching program is at its core a means to reinvent yourself. It's getting you back in touch with who you are. Okay, so it's not that it's going to reveal who you are. You're not, you know. Yes, I call it a reinvent yourself process, but it's not even truly reinvention. It's rediscovering. You know, you are good enough. Every single person listening to this at the moment, watching this video, is good enough to accomplish, to be all the things they want to be in life, to do all the things that they want to do in life, to have all the things that they want to have in life. Every single person is good enough, but most of us simply don't have those things present in our lives because we stopped. Okay, we say that we're not smart enough. You know, I'm not smart enough to do the things that other people do. Well, you know, why aren't you smart enough? There are books out there that you could be reading. There are courses out there that you could be taking. There are even, you know, things that you could be reading on the internet for free. It doesn't even have to cost you anything. You could educate yourself to be as smart as you need to be in order to accomplish the things that you really want to accomplish. You haven't done that, or, you know, I'm assuming that you haven't done that. Certainly for those people who use the "I'm not smart enough" excuse. Why not? You know, why aren't you smart enough? The opportunities are there. You're not smart enough because you stopped. Okay, or maybe you didn't even get started. That's true for a lot of people, but you stopped. A lot of people say, I'm not wealthy enough. Well, there are lots and lots and lots of examples of people that have gone from being outrageously dirt poor to extremely wealthy. Okay, how did they accomplish that? Right? These are retraceable routes. They simply started the ball rolling, and they kept moving. They kept moving in the direction of having the kind of wealth that they dream of, and they got there because they didn't stop. Now, this isn't the Unstoppable Coaching Program isn't a program that's actually about accomplishing things, right? It's not a things kind of program. I say it's not about that. I mean, you will accomplish things. You will achieve lots of goals. You will. I'm very, 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 very certain that by the end of the Unstoppable Coaching Program, you'll have accomplished, more goals than you've ever accomplished in your life. You'll have achieved many of your visions for the direction that you want to take your life in, and much, much more. But that's not the purpose behind Unstoppable. The purpose is to help you rediscover the person inside of you, the life force, the energy, the power, the passion, the purpose that is able to keep going and keep going and keep going, like the Energizer Bunny, if you will, or Duracell batteries over here in the UK. You simply can't stop. Okay, or not that you can't. You can't. All of us can stop, but you simply won't stop because you've actually found what you were put here to do. Okay. Another way of putting this is that the aim of the Unstoppable Coaching Program is to have you fall in love with your life. Okay, I actually don't think I can put it any simpler than that. The aim of the Unstoppable Coaching Program is to have you fall in love with your life, and it's a real shame. And it's I always get really sad when I discover that people don't love life and they don't love their lives. Okay, I think it's something that we all should have. It's not. I was about to say a gift. It's not even a gift. It's a right. You have the right to love your life. We all have the right to love our lives. My aim of working with you across the course of the Unstoppable Coaching Program is to help you fall back in love with your life and reinvent yourself in your greatest version of the grandest vision that you ever had of who you could be. Okay, the greatest version of the grandest vision that you ever had of who you really could be in life if you just took off all the brakes and released all the anchors and finally let yourself go. Okay, so are there goals involved in this? Yes, there will be goals, but it's not about that. Will you accomplish lots of stuff? Will you get to have a lot of stuff by the end of the program? I'm fairly certain of it. Will you get to experience a lot of stuff? I'm absolutely certain of that. Okay, but this program is not about the have level. It's not about the do level. The program is actually about the be level. It's determining who you're going to be in life as you move forward. Now, look, this little message of mine could have done one of two things. It may have completely turned you off and said, well, do you know what? All I'm looking for is a very, very simple goal achievement program. Thank you very much. And in which case, I will have considered my job well done. If I've put you off before you actually start the Unstoppable Coaching Program, honestly, I will consider my job well done. It means that you're not going to be doing this half-hearted and half-assed, kind of, resenting some of the exercises that I ask you to go through and all the rest of it. Instead, you're going to be able to say thanks but no thanks and move on to the coaching or the kind of coaching or goal achievement program that will suit you. However, you may also be one of the people that listened to this and said, that is exactly what I've been looking for my entire life. And I really hope that you're one of those people. I really hope that something that I've said here has really resonated with you, has really connected with you, and has made you think about what you could be. Made you think about the possibility of what a year of becoming unstoppable could really mean to you in your life. Okay, this isn't some hypey, excuse my language, bullshit thing to me. Okay, this is really, really important to me. I'm not out to sell, 1 million memberships to Unstoppable Coaching if it means that 99,999 people just pay me a whole bunch of money but only there's only 1 or 2 people in the program actually get results. What I'm 1,000,000% committed to during the Unstoppable program is making sure that you become unstoppable. Okay, that's the whole purpose of this program to me. It's not just about some kind of marketing thing. It's not just about some random program. It's the idea that I will get to fulfill part of my life purpose. Because I've spoke to you here about the idea of becoming really clear about who you are and who you want to be in life. Okay, well, the Unstoppable coaching program is a reflection of who I am and who I'm trying to be in my own life. Okay, so I'm not just putting this out there as another interesting thing for me to sell. Yes, I'm a businessman, and yes, I like making money, but that's not what this is about. For me, this program is an extension of me living out my life purpose and me living out my passions and me pushing my personal power out there to be shared by other people. So I really, honestly, truly do hope that if this has resonated with you, that you're going to be one of the people that truly get this material, that is going to come on board and immerse yourself in it, and going to throw yourself at the I hate to use the word homework because homework has such negative connotations from school, but the homework that I'm going to give you during this program, if you feel already that you're the kind of person who's going to just be saying, yeah, I'm going to skip over that, when can I get to the goodies, then this program definitely isn't going to be for you. But if you're going to engage in the material every single day, and let's be honest, this is an every single day, 365 days of the year program. Okay, this isn't one of those things that you can dip in and dip out of, and kind of leave to chance or stick on the back burner for a couple of months because life got in the way. Okay, in fact, I'm gonna say to you, no matter what happens across the course of this year, I'm gonna expect the people that are involved in the Unstoppable coaching program to at least touch on their unstoppability every single day. Okay, and that in itself may be a scary thought for some of you. Like, oh God, I get busy and I go away and I travel a lot and all these things that are going on in my life, and I'm juggling lots of balls, and I'll do it when I can, and I'll catch up at weekends if I don't get it done in the week. Look, I need to be brutally honest with you here. That is not going to fly on this course. Okay, during this program, that will not fly. You need to be the kind of person who will engage in the material every single day of 2012. Every single day. If you're the kind of person who can engage in the material every single day, then this is definitely going to be the kind of program for you. And we're not talking about hours and hours a day here. We're talking about some days this is only going to take you 15-20 minutes a day. Some of the exercises I'm going to give you take 1 minute. Literally, they take a minute. If you're the kind of person who won't find a minute or 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes in a single day to actually make your life an unstoppable, truly unstoppable, to make your life an unstoppable journey to becoming who you really and truly do want to be in your lifetime. If you're not committed to actually making your life a truly unstoppable journey to reinventing yourself and to falling in love with yourself, then this really isn't going to be the right thing for you, I promise. So look, tomorrow I'm going to be releasing yet another video, and that video is going to give you more details of exactly how the program pans out, the kind of things that we're going to be covering, and very, very importantly, I'm sure you want to know exactly how much you're going to be paying for this kind of program if you do choose to get involved. Now, below this video is a whole comment section. It says, leave me your comments, ask me your questions. Please, 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 please leave me a comment, and please, 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 please ask me a question. Now, you may be the kind of person who's already decided that you don't want to do Unstoppable, right? This isn't going to be the right program for you, and honestly, I really don't mind. But if you're not going to do it, please do me the favor of going into that comment section anyway and say, hey Dax, I'm going to pass because, And that will be absolutely fine. You know, I'm not going to use this in some way to jump on your back and try and persuade you into anything. This isn't a persuasion-based program, as you can tell. This is hardly the most polished of product launches, is it? I'm kind of in here. I'm making mistakes. My slides and everything go a bit nuts at times. You know, I've got little. I don't know if you just saw there. I've got a little graphic coming up in the corner from where I haven't switched something else off. You know, it's not the most polished of programs, or sorry, not the most polished of product launches, because, well, I want it to be bare. I want it to be honest. I want it to be a reflection of Dax Moy. I want it to be a reflection of the actual person that you're going to be trusting to be your coach over the next year, not some really polished, you know, flash bangs and whistles, whizzes and bangs, promotional kind of thing that has no relationship with who I am as a person. Okay, so please, if you decided already that you're gonna, you know, give this a miss, well, still leave me a comment. You know, put a comment down at Dax. I'm going to ditch this because. But if you are thinking about moving forward on the program, you must have questions. You certainly must have questions. Please ask me those questions. Okay. Please fire away any questions that you have about the program. Any whatsoever. It really doesn't matter. Fire away those questions, and I'll do my damnedest to make sure that I answer all of them in the next video that I'm putting together for you. I'm fairly certain that I will anyway. But you know, just fire away those questions. I really want to know how this unstoppable material is grabbing you at the moment. Whether it's turning you on, whether it's turning you off, whether you're indifferent. It matters to me. Okay, it really genuinely matters to me. Like I said, I've put together Unstoppable as much for myself as I have for you. Right, the Unstoppable coaching program is really an extension of my own purpose, an extension of my own vision for who I want to be in the years ahead. And you know, it means a lot to me to get this out, and it means a lot to me to finally share this with a large number of people rather than just my one-to-one coaching clients. But look, I've kind of run out of things to say, and I'm starting to feel like I'm probably going around in circles and saying the same thing over and over again. So I'm going to end my rather unpolished presentation to you there, and wish you well. And remember, tomorrow you'll be getting the third video, and that third video will tell you everything else that you need to know, and it will also tell you the cost. And you know, it'll make it easy for you to decide whether you're going to come on board or whether you're going to shake hands with me and say thanks but no thanks. Okay, so till tomorrow, catch you later.